62. It's the recap. We talked about backsliding already. We're talking about 92% of people that set their New Year's resolution fail within the first 10 days of the deal. So I realized that I was setting myself up for failure. I looked up today and I had freaking king cake in my mouth. I'm like, where the hell did this come from? I was in retrogression over the past 2 weeks to start in the new year. Starting tomorrow, what do we call it? A degenerative behavior, the era of my old ways. I always say, I got to be kind to myself, right? The Living Sober Podcast, episode 62. It's the recap. So, what did I talk about? I talked about, first of all, I'm going to beat myself up. I can't think that this is going to be some overnight eureka moment where I can just speak it into existence. I'm going half cocked. I'm going half cocked from the outset, and it's a recipe for disaster. The subconscious is stronger. It's stronger than my will. So I think that I can just eureka moment. I'm not intentional. I'm just saying never again. 50 pounds. Starting tomorrow. It's the same old patterns of behavior, and the lifespan of a New Year's resolution is very, very short. So what did I do? I set myself up to fail. So we talked about going without a solid foundation, right? I'm making all of these lofty goals in my mind, and I'm really half cocked. I don't know what I'm going up against. Like I'm underestimating my foe here. I'm just gonna say, oh yeah, I'm gonna take it down. I've been struggling my whole life, but I'm just gonna take it down starting tomorrow, starting on the 1st, and then I get down on myself because I don't even get down on myself. I just say, F it. This is just too hard for me. Because that little voice, that ego, that voice in the back of my head is telling me, Phil, it's too much, dude. Can't do it, man. So just give up. Why don't you? And it's always pushing off. Backsliding can cause shame. Backsliding, talking about the regression and going back to my old ways, that can put me into some heavy isolation and depressing. So what do I do now? Okay, we're 10 days in, we're 12 days in, less than 2 weeks into the new year, and I'm just back to old Phil. So what do I do? Where's the solution in that? Intentionality is going to be the key. I had to start opening up some other books, man. I had to start getting on my knees, praying. That worked, but I had to start doing some real onion peeling stuff. I had to get pen to paper, and I had to set the intentionality. Why did I have that damn king cake in my mouth today? All of a sudden, okay? Why did I catch that resentment? Why am I on my phone again? Doing things seemingly against my will because it's habit, and all habits are hard to break. These things are hardwired into my psyche. So it's like a full frontal assault just ain't gonna work. I need to do some serious strategizing on how I'm gonna move. And I gotta take some stuff off my plate. When I'm talking about any type of addiction, or should I say on the other side, recovery is about subtracting things, not adding things on. So maybe I'm just juggling too many plates here. I want to just find one thing that works, stick with it, be kind to myself, and report back next week on how I did. The Living Sober Podcast recap. Phil P. Thanks.